What a stunning day in the Peak District, not a cloud in the sky. Don't really need a waterproof on. However, this is take 2, because first time it really was waterproof weather. So what's great about that is actually giving this quite a good test so far. This is the Arc'teryx Alpha jacket. Arc'teryx is still making the finest gear on the market, so they make tons of kit, but they're well known for their waterproof jackets. The naming of Arc'teryx jackets is quite simple. If it's an Alpha product, it's for climbing. This is a mountaineering jacket. You don't have to mountaineer in it, but that's what it's designed for. They also do the Beta range, which is more all-around mountain sort of walking and not these big chest pockets, basically. The Arc'teryx Alpha range has been around for a while, but what's so amazing about it is not many of the features have changed because they sort of nailed it from day one, and it's become a bit of an iconic piece of kit. They've done quite a few iterations, and they used to make one called the Alpha AR, which stood for Alpha All Round. This has replaced it. So basically it's a really quite simple Gore-tex jacket, but within that I've got actually loads to tell you because Arc'teryx work closer with Gore-tex than anyone else in the market, so some really cool features going on which you can't really see, but no one else has done this before. So most brands save Gore-tex for their pinnacle jacket and then use their own membranes or lesser membranes within their range. Something interesting about Arc'teryx is they don't use other membranes, they just use Gore-tex because they're never going to try and cut a corner to get a cost or anything like that. They just want it to be perfect. So all their waterproof jackets are always Gore-tex. So first thing to sort of clear up is why Arc'teryx is so good. So often people come into the shop and say, you're paying for the brand name, why is it so expensive? I love to show people where the money's going. The finest taping in the market, really nice little seams that no one else gets quite as nice as Arc'teryx. The finish quality is just unbelievable. So what's really cool about the Alpha jacket is its weight. It's a really burly jacket for ice climbing, mixed climbing, all those sort of things. And those jackets normally weigh nearly 700 grams, if not more. This is around 370, I think it is, for a medium. Obviously I'm in a large, but that's really light. That makes it packable and it makes you feel nice and nimble and light when you're moving in it. So even though it's super light, they haven't compromised on durability. So as you can see, there's 2 different types of Gore-tex going on here. All over the shoulders, they've used a 40 denier Gore Pro Most Rugged fabric. So the reason they do that is where rain falls, that is where rucksacks rub, that is where you scrape against chimneys if you're Scottish winter climbing, things like that. So that needs extra abrasion. Now for me, the really interesting bit is this body. Now this is their own fabric called Hadron. So Hadron is unique to Arc'teryx and they worked with Gore-tex to produce this. It's super, super thin, really, really light, but it is so durable as well. So the backer on the inside, which normally looks different to a Gore Pro backer, looks the same as a Gore Pro backer. That's because they have used the Gore Pro backer. That adds durability and really helps move moisture better than other backers. But what's unique is this sort of crisscross we've got on here, the ripstop on it. Now how that is so strong and so light is sort of beyond me, but the technical terms are they've used a liquid crystal polymer ripstop to make that super light and super durable. And it's amazing how well it beads up as well, because it doesn't really soak up any moisture around this. It can just run off. Now I know this jacket is new to the market, but I've actually tested that fabric for quite a long time because a while ago they brought out the Alpha Smock, which was all using this Hadron face fabric. And I've used that loads, and it's one of my go-to things. It just shoves in my bag and forget about it. But I wouldn't use it for burly mixed climbing because I'd worried I'd rip the shoulders. Hence, Alpha jacket covered that base. Now, unfortunately, I really wanted to show you some epic footage of me using this in the Alps, but the weather didn't play ball and we didn't go. So it actually got used in probably more testing environment in Cape Wrath when Matt Hood from the shop took it out there for a Scottish hill walk, a couple of days out there, and it rained a lot, as you can expect, and he was so happy with this jacket. So please don't think you have to be a mountaineer to use this. He just loved it. Big rucksack on, didn't need the hand pockets anyway, full protection if he ever got to take it off when it stopped raining. Really light, really packable, shoved in his rucksack, forgot about it. And he was just really happy with it, and I think he wants it back. So the feature set is pretty simple. Like I said, there's loads to talk about this jacket because of the incredible technology going on. But feature set, pretty clean, pretty smooth, pretty obvious what's going on. 2 big chest pockets. It's a climbing jacket. You should have a harness on or a rucksack, so no hand pockets. But they're nice big pockets. You can get a map or your guidebook or your gloves or your hats, things like that. I really like it that way. Obviously it's got the underarm pit zips as well if you are working up a sweat. In the hood they've got a Reco reflector, so if you're using it in ski or mountaineering areas like that, you can have a little bit of avalanche help as well. The hood of course is brilliant, it'll swallow a helmet but it will cinch down nice and tight when you're not wearing a helmet as well. And Arc'teryx being Arc'teryx don't just use normal pull cords on all the hems and things like that, they use a brand called Cohesion. Or cohesive, I think. Anyway, they're brilliant. They're nice and flat, sit in a harness well, and really easy to use with gloves. Inside is that ever popular inside pocket where you can keep your phone and keep everything a bit drier in there. So one more thing, and then I promise I'll shut up, but I have to show everyone this, the zip pulls. I love Arc'teryx zips because a lot of the time you have a little clunky zip garage on a pocket. So what that means is when it slides to the top, stop water going in, you put a little bit of extra Gore-tex over the top. Arc'teryx think that that looks clunky, it's extra stitching, taping, it can be an abrasion area, so they get their own zips made that just beautifully seal at the top, and it's so satisfying, makes it nice and durable and easy to use, and they're easy to grab with big gloves on. What a lovely bit of kit. And also, amazing colours, but looks pretty cool in black too. Not normally a fan of dark jackets, but this one looks pretty damn good. So all in all, a pretty simple jacket, but a simple jacket that's got everyone very excited. I mean, just the finish quality, again, I have to stress, is just so beautiful. It's been really amazing looking at these fabrics. We actually used to have this little microscope where you'd look really closely at face fabrics, and Arc'teryx's were always just perfect. The crisscross is absolutely immaculate, no little flyaways. Now that might not mean a lot to you, but those little flyaways are where abrasion starts. You start rubbing something like a pair of jeans and it'll get fluffy. You do that with a rucksack on a jacket and it will fluff up and then you will absorb water. So if you have perfect face fabrics, which cost more money, then you get extra durability. So that's what Arc'teryx do, and they just do it perfectly.